Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to properly clean and or maintain your AEG, Airsoft Electric Gun. And I was just out doing some training, some airsoft stuff with some, actually just one buddy, Wheels and I. Wheels is our team's DMR basically. He has a M14, he's not technically part of the squadron, but, you know, not officially at least. Anyways, we were playing in multiple different conditions, forest, field, and sand dune, sandy area basically. So, and I haven't cleaned it in a while. You generally only need to clean it after firing around 2,500 rounds through the barrel, or something like. Maybe it's 4,000. I think it's 4,000 actually. 4,000 rounds through the barrel. Every time you go through about 4,000 rounds, you're gonna need to clean it. So it's come that time, and I've probably got some sand in different places, so it's just time to clean, okay? And since I was just playing, I've still got my gear on it. So I have to take off the red dot sight. Oops. There we go. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, it's got some dirt in there. Not much that the camera will probably be able to pick up, but there's a lot of dirt and stuff around it. The main thing we're going to clean is the inner barrel. Mine is a tight bore copper barrel. 6.01 millimeters, and it's tight bore because that increases accuracy and range. And that's essentially an upgrade. What you're going to need to clean it is basically a rag, but you got to make sure that there's no other oils on it, because any petroleum-based oil will corrode the, I believe, plastic pieces of the gun. And for the most part, mine is metal, but there are some areas on the gun, such as in the hop-up system, where there have to be plastic-based materials. Otherwise, if you had metal in the hop-up system, it just wouldn't work right. So you're also going to need some silicone oil or Teflon oil. Either way, it will work fine. Most people prefer silicone oil. This is just a big can of it. It doesn't really matter what it is as long as it's 100% silicone oil. And also, you're going to need some barrel cleaning patches. These are for shotgun or 22 caliber rifle. You could use shotgun patches or patches for a small rifle, as long as they're small enough to fit inside of this here. This is a cleaning and unjamming rod. It comes standard on most high quality airsoft rifles. Mine's an Echo 1 Mod 47B. You know, it came with Shadow's Echo 1 E90, and it came with Killer's G&G GR16. Most, I think pretty much all Echo 1 rifles, pretty much all G&G rifles, they all come with these. So it's essentially just a cleaning and unjamming rod. It's got this little blunt end here that can be used to be forced down the barrel or in through the feeding system to clear up a jam that you may have. This end is, as I said before, used for clearing up the barrel of debris or of particles with a patch. So the first thing that we're going to do, you're going to have to make sure that it is, you know, it doesn't have anything in the chamber, no rounds. You could take out the battery for safety, I suppose, but it's not like we're going to be taking it apart that much. So now the first thing that we're going to do is take this off, because you're going to want to clean under here. You don't want debris to get in the way of this, and also there's access to the hop-up system through here. So you're going to have to make sure that this whole area is cleaned. You might want to oil this if it's getting a little sticky so it slides well. And also, if you're using this area as your battery compartment, you're just going to want to make sure that's relatively clean. Now, as a BB goes through the barrel, it often leaves behind debris. Either if it was from something on the BB, or something picked up by the BB, or perhaps fragments of the BB are going through if you're using low quality rounds. Oftentimes it's more of pieces of debris that just get inside of the barrel, but you want to make sure it's cleaned, especially if it's a tight bore barrel, because if you have any debris in there, that's going to decrease your performance in terms of accuracy as well as range and muzzle velocity, feet per second. That's how it's measured. To clean the barrel, you're first going to need to put one of these patches just like this, basically. Then you're going to want to spray some silicone oil on. You just want a mildly damp spray of it, not too much, because if you over oil it, then the BBs will go through, the hop-up system won't work, and the BBs will start dropping and they won't come out right. And you're basically just going to put it in, and it goes all the way back to pretty much all the way back, but don't force it in if it doesn't go any further, and then draw it out. And you can see that there's dirt and grime on it here. You're going to want to feed it through again, and you're just going to do this multiple times. Make sure that you spin it around and rotate it. See, it's picking up more and more dirt. Now we're just going to twist this so the other side is facing it now. And depending on how clean the first patch is when you run it through, you might run through one more, or perhaps more than that even. It all depends on how dirty it is on your first run. Now, the second patch, you're going to want to be a little bit heavier on the oil, just because you're going to now be trying to lubricate the barrel to allow the BBs to slide through faster, and thus more range, more muzzle velocity, higher FPS. And see, there's still a little bit on this, and you're going to want to keep running it through until you essentially are picking up nothing. So I'd say it's pretty clean by now. So if you're just going to be cleaning your barrel, at this point you'd want to go out and fire perhaps around, a few rounds out of it, probably anywhere from 50 to 100 rounds, just to clear out the barrel of any excess oil. Because if you clean it and then immediately go into an airsoft match, the excess oil will be hampering your ability to shoot effectively. That's essentially all that we're going to use this rod for. You can throw these away. No further need for them. And now the only thing other than that you would do, other than wiping down the exterior of this pretty much, will just be to put a little shot of silicone oil into the feeding system. This will help lubricate the hop-up system, which is directly through there, and basically get this whole end of it, since we didn't go too far back with the rod. So just be extremely light on this. If you over lubricate it, then the hop-up system will be, all wet, and it won't work right. It'll be too slippery. That was probably enough. And you just take the rag and wipe the excess around. Make sure that you clean out any dirt from the magazine well here. You can spray some more. What was that? You can spray some more onto a rag and basically just wipe down the whole gun, but be light on it because you don't want the gun to be slippery when you're handling it. and you don't want to leave it so that you can see that it's white. See that it's wet. That was really bad. You want to wipe off any visibly excess oil. And just do this all over to make sure that you get any extra dirt. Make sure you clean under this to make sure that you can clean under this. Ensure that you clean under this so that it moves smoothly. Under this, the selection. This is on an AK style gun. Obviously, with an M4, you wouldn't really do that. Now, something that you also might want to do, if you were playing in an area that has a large amount of sand, and sand will obviously be splashing up on the gun. Sand will get inside of the stock, it'll be all over. You will want to disassemble the gun. Now, if you want to see how to disassemble an AK style rifle, I will put a link to my way of disassembling most AK style rifles. I'll be disassembling this particular one in that video. I'll just put a link right here. So you're going to disassemble that. You're just going to wipe off all the parts like we just did. Make sure you use silicone oil because a lot of guns have internal plastic parts and you don't want to mess those up because most of the internal plastic parts are precision parts if it's a high quality gun. Because generally high quality guns have metal parts, but for some precise applications inside of the gun, such as in the hop-up system as I mentioned before, there's required to be plastic pieces inside of that. So after that, if you were to want to lubricate the charging handle here, you'd basically just take the rag, spray a little Teflon oil or silicone oil on it, and just go over this metal tube or rod here. That's what the slide here, charging handle, rides on. So if you want it to be, less sticky, if yours is getting sticky, you can just wipe that off a bit. Now I want to ensure that mine is operating at optimum capacity because in about 9 days the team is going to be, most of the team at least, is going to be going to Future Ball. And it's a local airsoft arena, and we're going to have some nice gameplay there, and I want to make sure that my gun is working the very best of its ability, and also so that it looks its very best, not that much dirt on it, so that all the people there can see how awesome of a gun it is. And then by the end of it, it'll have dirt all over it again, and I'll have to clean it again. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful for you, and I also want to do a shout out to I can't quite remember his name fully. It's Halo Godzilla and then the number at the end. I think it's Halo Godzilla 9. I will put a link to his channel right here just because I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. But he's trying to formulate his own airsoft team, and I've been giving him some pointers and stuff. Halo Godzilla, I hope this helps you out a bit in getting your team's gear to be at its peak performance. And also I want to say that you guys should check out my gunner's channel, LT Killer T92. I also put a link here. He's been making a few airsoft videos. He's probably going to have some coming from when we're at Future Ball and stuff like that, but he's looking for some more activity on his channel because he doesn't get too much. He's also doing a big playthrough of Batman Arkham City. He's on part 14 right now, so you guys should check that out as well. if you're interested in such things. So I hope this video was helpful again, and I'll be seeing you guys later.